Huh? Thank you. Hi. We're ready. I think you were already here.
You,
No, I've
I'm
been
here.
here. Okay,
Sorry.
no, it's okay, May 30th.
Hey. How are you?
You ready?
Yeah, all right, thank
Yeah, are you
you.
ready? Yes.
Hi.
Good afternoon, board members, college staff, administration, faculty, students, and guests. The time is 6:00 on this, the 30th day of May. No, I'm going ahead of time.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we are
May.
May, sorry. 2024, and I call this meeting of the Laredo College Board of Trustees to order. I'm a little bit behind time, I guess. Ms. Jackie Levin Ramos, will you do the prayer? And Mr. Martinez, will you do the Pledge of Allegiance for us?
Thank
Please
you.
rise.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of community. Fill us with your grace, Lord God, as we make decisions that might affect the students, staff, faculty, alumni, and the college. And continue to remind us that all that we do here today and all that we accomplish is for the pursuit of truth, for the greater glory of you, and for the service of humanity. We ask these things in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Did I do something wrong?
No, it's Jane.
Oh, okay. Ms. Jackie Levin Ramos, could you please do roll call for us?
Yes, ma'am. Lupita Cepeda,
Present.
Jorge J.D. Delgado,
Present.
Jackie Levin Ramos, present. Erica Benavides Garcia, absent. Cindy Liendo,
Present.
Mercurio Martinez Jr.,
Present.
Esteban Rangel, absent. Karina Elizondo, absent. Tita Cantuvela.
Here.
Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Next item we have is approval of the minutes of the regular monthly board meeting of April 25th.
So move.
I have a
Second.
motion by Mr. Martinez. I have a second by Mrs. Ramos. Any discussion?
No.
None heard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item we have is public testimony. Do we have any? Thank you. Next item is number 5, recognition, introduction of personnel and new personnel actions for the month. 5A, medical assistant national certification exam passing rate, Dr. Marisela Rodriguez Tijerina and Ms. Graciela Gonzalez.
Marisela Rodriguez Tijerina, Provost Vice President of Academic Affairs. I definitely want to call Ms. Graciela Gonzalez to stand next to me, who is our Medical Assisting Program Director, and Mr. Cesar Rodriguez, faculty in the Medical Assisting. I'm very proud that through their program, our students have to take a national examination through the American Medical Certification Association. And I'm very happy to report that 100% first time passing rates were seen for the third year in a row. So that's very hard to accomplish in the health sciences where you get 100% first time passing. So I'm very proud. So Dr. Esmeralda Vargas couldn't be here today, but she certainly wanted to make sure that they get recognized at tonight's board meeting. So very proud of this group. And I don't-
Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Hello, good evening. My name is Gracie Gonzalez. Ladies and gentlemen of the board, Dr. Benita Ramirez, LC leadership. I'm proudly here to state that like Dr. Marisela mentioned, continues to be a beacon of excellence. The program continues to be a beacon of excellence. Thanks in large part to the unwavering dedication and commitment of instructors, Mr. Cesar Rodriguez and Ms. Lisa Lifeson, who couldn't be here today. Over the past 2 years, their tireless efforts included not only mentoring and guiding our students in their academic choices, but also in developing and administering additional assessments, which were instrumental in preparing this group of students, not just to meet, but to exceed the standards required for the medical assistant national certification exam. So it is with immense pride that we celebrated the 3rd consecutive year of achieving 100% pass rate. In addition, the program has also maintained a 100% retention rate for 2 consecutive years, and our program students continue to be highly sought after by employers. Most are offered jobs months before graduation. These accomplishments reflect the program's commitment to academic excellence and its pivotal role in shaping competent medical professionals ready to excel in their careers. We also could not do this without the support and mentorship of our former Dean of Health Sciences, Dr. Diana Miller, our present Acting Dean of Health Sciences, Dr. Esmeralda Vargas, and the Laredo College leadership. Thank you, President Cepeda, Dr. Minita, board and LC leadership for your time and for the opportunity to humbly boast and shine the spotlight on our program's accomplishments.
Thank you. And you're very welcome. Any comments?
No.
Next item is 5B, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration, HVAC equipment distribution. Ms. Brenda Martinez and Ms. Sandra Cortez.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, board members, Dr. Minita. I'll present Brenda Martinez. I'll defer to her for this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Madam President, board members, Dr. Ramirez, Dr. Rodriguez Tijerina, and colleagues. My name is Brenda Martinez. I'm the Director of the Continuing Education Department. I'm here to present to you the HVAC equipment distribution event that took place on May 9th. This event was made possible by the Laredo Cares Initiative. As part of the Laredo Cares project, 66 HVAC students received nearly $720 each in specialized tools and EPA Section 608 technician exam voucher, safety work boots, and an LC work shirt. With this equipment and their certification, students are prepared to enter the workforce or continue their journey to complete the HVAC program. Students enrolled in the HVAC program at the beginning of the spring semester were invited to submit a Laredo Cares application. Eligibility for this funding, as you know, is based on their job status during the COVID-19 pandemic. On the day of the event, we were very honored to have very special guest. Can you see that? There. To have very special guests assist in the distribution process. We had Dr. Ramirez, Dr. Rodriguez Tijerina, Dr. Hernandez, and the whole executive team and our partners from the city of Laredo and Workforce Solutions for South Texas helped distribute the items to the students. I would like to thank Ms. Melissa Santos, which is, she's here right next to me. She's our Workforce Development Coordinator for organizing this wonderful event. And additionally, my thanks go to Mr. Jesus Contreras, Professor and Department Chair of Industrial and Electronic Technologies, and Mr. Juan Miranda as well. He is the HVAC Technology Lab Coordinator for their guidance and their support with this initiative. And of course, to all of you, thank you so much. This event was a drive-through event. And it was a very hot and humid day, but it was worth it when we saw the smile on the student faces. I also want to thank, of course, my dean, Ms. Sandra Cortez, for helping and supporting us as well.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Can we have the faculty stand, please, to be
Yes,
recognized?
please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Any comments? Thank you.
Good job.
Next item we have is 5C, HVAC Excellence Programmatic Accreditation for Heating, Ventilation, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration Program. Dr. Heriberto Hernandez and Mr. Jesus Contreras.
Good evening, board members, administration, colleagues. Heriberto Hernandez, Associate Provost for the record. I think these past couple of weeks, we really have learned to appreciate the air conditioning. But we are doing our part to really develop the workforce in this area. And it's with great pride and enthusiasm that I introduce our HVAC instructional team. We have Mr. Jesus Contreras, who is a professor of HVAC and department chair for the Industrial and Electronic Technologies Department. We have Mr. Jesus Zamora, who is our professor of HVAC. Mr. Alejandro Rizzo couldn't join us today, but he's also our HVAC instructor. And we have Mr. Juan Miranda, our HVAC technology lab coordinator, who also serves as an adjunct for the department. It's through this team's efforts and dedication that Laredo College has successfully earned reaccreditation from HVAC Excellence. HVAC Excellence is an industry organization that sets national standards for institutions offering education and heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration, commonly known as HVAC. This reaccreditation reaffirms our commitment to maintaining the high standards of education. The team earned the maximum accreditation of 6 years with no recommendations. And I think it's worth highlighting that at the debrief, the evaluator, the on-site evaluator, was sharing with me that his general practice is that he'll tour or at least visit, drive by the on-site area or facility that he's gonna evaluate the day prior, just to make sure that he finds his way and things like that. His flight got delayed that day, so he wasn't able to drive through till later on at night, 9 o'clock, 9:30. And he just happened to run into an HVAC student into the parking lot. So he asked the student, hey, is class going on right now? He said, yes. So the evaluator was able to drop in during an actual lab, class. And he was just in awe, and these are his words, right? He was in awe of the learning that was occurring at the time, right? At the time, Mr. Contreras was the instructor, and he said the collaboration that was going on between student and student, between faculty and student. He was impressed with the lab setup, which was built by this team here, saving us money, right? But he was very impressed with the actual, the whole environment, the learning environment. And what impressed him the most is that it was an unannounced visit, right? He just happened to drop in, but that's just a normal day for us, right? So he was also impressed with the mentoring that was visible from the instructor. And that's one thing that I want to credit the team for, that their mentoring goes beyond the program, right? So students know that they can reach out to these gentlemen even after they complete the program, when they're working, when they have their own business. They always use this as a resource. So reaccreditation is a collaborative effort, right? So during this on-site evaluation, they also interviewed our student services side, financial aid, the bursars, the recruitment team, the advising team, and he was equally impressed with them as well. So as an institution, I think we really shined during this accreditation. And the previous agenda item just solidifies the collaboration between the institution, right? Those supplies that were given to the students is really going to have an impact whenever they go out into the workforce, right? Because they're already starting on the right foot. So again, we want to thank the board, administration support, and these gentlemen up here. I don't know if there's any questions on this one.
Anybody has any questions?
I would
for-
like, I would like to
Chair
just
recognizes
say,
Dr. Ramirez.
thank you, that all of these three programs that we recognize today, our HVAC program, our the heating, ventilation, air conditioning program, the medical assistant program, and others that have these individual accreditations, aside from our regular SACS accreditation, they go through a whole other rigorous accreditation through within their own areas. It happens with medical assistant, with radiology, with physical therapy, with so many, with nursing, that they're constantly working at making sure that the learning that is taking place is not only obviously critical, but relevant and up to date. And very quickly here soon, we're going to have to make some real big upgrades in our HVAC, because we recently found out that we're having to make a whole bunch of changes to the new federal guidelines and rules on air conditioning. And so we have to have our students prepared as these transitions start to take place. And so they're ahead of the game. They're working towards that already. We've got plans in place for Mr. Vela. And I'm just kidding. Sorry. But the idea is that all of these programs, Gracie and her group at the medical assistant program, they've all done an incredible job at making sure that we're up to date and accredited. And so to all of you, thank you all very, very much for taking the pride that you do every day and the work that you do every day, because our students are better for it, and so is our community. So thank you very, very much for your continued support and attention. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
everything you do for us. The next item we have is 5D, Police Week Recognition, Dr. David Ariasola.
Good evening, board members, Dr. Ramirez, colleagues. The week of May 12th through 18th, 2024 was Police Week. We certainly take pride in what our campus police do here on a daily basis, but we'd like to take that time to show, especially that week, to show them some appreciation. So up here on the screen, you will see a little snippet of some of the things that we did, nothing fancy as far as my presentation. But I'd like to kind of introduce Chief Hernandez so that he can kind of talk a little bit about some of the events.
Dr. Ramirez, members of the board, Madam Chair. So National Police Week offers, Chief Hernandez for the record. So National Police offers honor members and peer support, while allowing law enforcement, survivors, and citizens to gather and pay homage to those who gave their lives in the line of duty. It also offers peer support and networking between the agencies, and we do celebrate our own. We do recognize our own for their achievements, and a simple thank you goes a long way. So here, we took a picture with the department at each campus, with a little narrative of what the PD does for the college, right? And then, okay. That is Ms. Cardenas, HR Senior Director, showing some appreciation to the staff. They gave us some gifts. They came by and said hi, which is very much appreciated. We're invited to the sheriff's office, award ceremony where we will recognize as a partnership agency with them. And, then we got invited to LPD's also award ceremony. Just like to mention that today now we have a very strong relationship and partnership with these two large enforcement agencies now and ever. This is a gift basket that was donated to the department by the gun arena. It included a free year of range usage for one officer. We raffled it off in the department, the officers to make it fair. And Fran Ramirez ended up coming up top. So thanks to them.
No relation.
But yeah, I mean, the officers, they do, just last week, we had an incident at the bridge. I wish I could show you the actual body cam video. It was phenomenal. Charmed, Salazar did phenomenal, 24 minutes before. I mean, we'll get him next minute. But, well, yeah, we're preparing something for him specifically because of those actions, and, we'll share the details, some of the details of the story. 24 minutes of negotiating with a man who was at the end of his rope, practically saved his life. I don't know if you have any questions, but.
Any questions?
I just want to add that I also gave a gift to the police officers. I'll try better next time.
Didn't cut the picture? Didn't make it to the picture?
It didn't make it to the presentation, but
Oh, well.
sorry, I guess I'll do better. But,
You're already,
no,
he is already nervous.
so I can say, in all seriousness, that we do appreciate a lot of the work that the police officers do. Some of it does seemingly go unnoticed, but you know, we want you to know, Chief, that you know our board, our colleagues, we all appreciate what you all do every day, and these little things are just a snippet of you know how we feel about the department.
Thank you, the board and President for your support, and we're doing good. We're doing a lot of good.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I know that, like, Mr. Arizola said, that we don't let you know enough, but we do appreciate everything that you do. I do see you all. I work at the South Campus, so I do see all your police officers once in a while coming around, checking the building and everything, making sure that everything is okay. But thank you for your service. Be sure to let all your officers know that we appreciate them as a board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Madam
The chair
Chair,
recognizes Dr. Ramirez.
thank you. To echo your words, I think it's fair to announce that the TACCT has asked Dr. De Sola, Chief Hernandez, and myself to present at one of their webinars this summer for trustees on the situation and the way we handled the September incident on campus, and to talk about the support that we received from all of the other law enforcement agencies at the time. And I think it speaks volumes to what kind of work we're doing now here with our police department, and how we're moving in the direction of policing. And I think it goes to the leadership. I think it goes to the officers who every day show up day and night through the storms. They were all here during the storm. They were providing continuous updates to us. And it goes without saying that without them, it would be an impossibility for us to do our day-to-day jobs and keeping not just the campus safe, but our students and our employees. And so we appreciate everything they do every day, but ideally, I think their focus has really turned into community policing, which is important. And so we're very grateful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chair recognizes Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We also have to acknowledge that our police department, and of course, the overall personnel, you also indirectly have the problem of the migrants that are crossing into our Fort McIntosh campus. And that in itself we cannot ignore. it places you and also in a very precarious situation. And we have to really be grateful to you because of this unfortunate situation that we, of course, are living through, but more so in your case because you are being exposed to this. So frankly, in behalf of all members of our board of trustees, as well as our faculty, as well as the student personnel, we really have to recognize this awkward, I should say, this vulnerable situation that you are dealing with, but yet you are able to address it in a manner in which all of us are very proud of you. And I, in behalf of members of this board, I certainly want to commend you and also thank you because it's not an easy situation and it's not an easy responsibility. So we really, really thank you, sir.
Chair recognizes Mrs. Ramos.
No, I won't make it too long. But I just want to say thank you for the leadership that you have brought to us. I was very happy to see the department being represented at the sheriff's office. I was there on another business. I wasn't representing LC, but I was very happy to see that there's a working camaraderie between the different organizations. And so I've seen the transition of the department growing up since I started, and I've seen a lot of good things happening. We have great officers, and the department is near and dear to my heart because my husband is a law enforcement officer. So, but that's not to say that I don't. Everybody else is near and dear to my heart as well. But I just want to say thank you. I've continued to do a good job and continue to lead the department in the right direction. And the department will continue to grow and coexist with the rest of the departments, and working together, we can make every single department very successful, working together as a community and with the other organizations as well. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your support.
Anyone else? Thank you.
One last thing, one
Yes.
picture we don't have there and we missed it was Dean Medina and her staff swung by the South Campus and provided officers with gifts and goodies.
We need a
And
picture.
we missed it, I'm sorry.
A picture.
So, thank you.
Next month, they can put all the.
Thank you for your support.
The rest-
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Next item we have is 5E, introduction of personnel actions. Dr. Minita Ramirez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We only have one new employee this month, and she couldn't be with us, but she's an instructional lab coordinator. Her name is Bianca Vela. She couldn't be here tonight, but that's the only new employee we have.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome, Ms. Vela. Next item we have number 6 is Faculty Senate Report. Mrs. Juliana Kelly.
Thank you. Good evening, board members, Madam President, administrators, faculty, members of the community. My name is Mrs. Kelly, for Faculty Senate President. And thank you for giving me the time for speaking today. I do have 2 items on the agenda today that I wish to discuss. Number 1, updates on the elections that we had earlier this semester, and then department highlights again. So first of all, I'm proud to announce that we have a newly elected vice president for the Faculty Senate, Dr. Gil Martinez. He is going to be our new vice president beginning this coming academic year. He is currently a drama and speech instructor in the Department of Performing Arts and Communication. I apologize, the name here, it changed again, the department, so it's officially Performing Arts and Communication. He comes from an extensive knowledge in academia. He has been teaching previously 13 years at Texas A&M International University as an instructional associate professor of theater and communication. If he looks familiar, board members, it's because he has worked for us before. In 2001 to 2008, he was a faculty member here at Laredo College. He was also a department chair for the former Reading and Communication Studies from 2008 to 2010. He has an extensive accolades, and I want to mention them. He holds a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in Theater Arts from Texas State University. He also has a Master's of Arts in Communication Studies, also from Texas State University. He holds his Doctorate of Education from Texas A&M at Kingsville, where he studied educational program development. His thesis is titled Variables that Promote and Inhibit Theater Program Development, which was published in the Journal of Arts and Humanities. He's not done yet. He has another Master's of Fine Arts and Theater Arts from the University of Idaho Distant Learning Terminal Degree Program in Theater Pedagogy. So he is an amazing asset to our faculty senate. So again, I'm sure some of you may be familiar with Dr. Martinez. Other results from our elections, we do have two at-large senators that are joining us this fall. Dr. Esmeralda Gutierrez, who is in the nursing department at the South Campus, and Mr. Joe Molina, who is in the English Languages and Cultural Studies department, and then Mr. Evan Lopez, who has been with us already in our faculty senate. So I apologize, I do not have pictures. I am on vacation mode at the moment, so I apologize, no pictures for these faculty. And then I do want to mention again, sorry, no picture for Mr. De Jesus. I do want to give an honorable mention to my secretary this year. Mr. De Jesus has helped me out extensively this year. He has attended all my meetings, has submitted all my minutes. Even though I was pestering him, give me the minutes, he complied. So I do want to honor him, Mr. Brian De Jesus, who helped extensively this year. Then this month, I want to just not really focus on a particular department, board members. I do want to just focus on a particular committee that we have here at Laredo College called the General Education Committee. This committee is by, it's in the leadership of Maribel Mitsui. She's the chair of this committee, and she does have two co-chairs, Ms. Adriana Gonzalez and Ms. Yadira Rodriguez. But it's not just these three faculty that lead this committee. It is numerous department chairs. It is numerous liaisons that help out and produce this data for the school. And it is under two governing agencies, which I'm sure you're familiar with, the THECB and the SACS COC. I want you guys to look at section 9 at the bottom, 9.3, educational program structure and content, 9.3, general ed requirements, and the last little tab here that it says it ensures the breadth of knowledge. Our students at Laredo College are meeting these expectations. We are having students that are meeting our objectives, as I will show you with the data in a few minutes. So these are the core objectives that are assessed in different core programs: critical thinking, communication, empirical and quantitative, teamwork, personal responsibility, and social responsibility as well. And again, the data will speak for itself, board members, that I want you to focus on the blue bar and the red bar. In the area of communication, our students here at the college exceed expectations and meet expectations. In the other objective, critical thinking, again, focus only on the blue and the red. We have our students, again, meeting expectations and exceeding expectations. In the area of empirical and quantitative skills, similar trends, similar data. Our students are meeting expectations and exceeding them. In the area of teamwork, our students can work collaboratively with each other. Again, we have meeting expectation as our data set. Personal responsibility, again, look at the blue and the red. They're exceeding expectations and they are meeting expectations in this core objective. And in the last one, social responsibility. Again, if you notice the blue and the red, we have students meeting expectations and exceeding expectations. So what does this all mean, board members? It means that our students here at Laredo College are meeting the expectations and exceeding them according to our governing agencies that are set upon the students in all areas: communication, critical thinking, empirical thinking, teamwork, personal responsibility, and social responsibility. Now, there's always room for improvement. So, in speaking with the chair of our Gen Ed committee, she does discuss that, they will continue assessing the students, collecting samples every semester, and then they meet in the fall. And I think this data is from fall 2023. I think they took a total of 650 samples. So they're going to continue collecting data. One thing they do recommend is increased faculty training. We want to make sure that our faculty also, when they're creating these assignments to assess our students, we want to make sure that those assignments align with the rubrics, right? Because we don't want to create an assignment, however good it is, if it doesn't align with the rubric and we can't assess it correctly, then our data may be skewed. So that's one thing that we're going to work on. Obviously, more frequent assessor calibration. Again, this is a combination of 34 to 35 faculty that meet, and for 2 days, they grade our students. And again, we're meeting expectations and we are, of course, exceeding them. And then the last thing here is, again, so increased faculty training, more calibration, and of course, aligning the signature assignments. So we are on par. Anyone says otherwise, our students are meeting these objectives. So thank you. I'll open the floor to any questions.
I just find it interesting.
I recognize Mrs. Ramos.
I just find it interesting. I think the data speaks for itself. And I think data is misunderstood because that's the only way you can get an answer that will give you, more direction and more understanding of what's happening. So I don't know, maybe I'm a nerd.
No, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your comments. Greatly appreciated. So again, I think the data speaks for itself. We are producing good qualified students here at Laredo College. And it's not just one area, it's everybody here on campus. Administration, faculty, the staff, the support services, everyone. I think we're producing good qualified students and really preparing them for the workforce or any avenue that they take. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for all the information
Thank you.
that you have shared. Anything else? Have a great summer since you're on vacation mode already. Number 7 is board committee reports. 7A is program policy committee meeting report. Ms. Jackie Levin Ramos.
So I attended the meeting late, but I did read all the notes, Dr. Arezola. Yes. No, I really, most of the items that are in the program and policy committee were presented in the meeting are going to be in the consent agenda. But I do want to say that the review of these policies and consent agenda is an example of the many changes that are taking place at the state level, and they affect us. Policy is another factor that's often misunderstood. We think of policy as a rule, like to follow, right? We have laws, and policy is another word for law. So policy changes with time. And in our case, policy changes when legislature speaks, and we have to adjust to that. So we're going to notice a lot of more different policies coming up, but it's all for the better of how we adjust to them. And while some of them we might not be in agreement with, and we can kick and scream and be upset about it, we need to have a change of heart and a different perspective on it. So I'm very impressed with the collaborative effort that we are taking on with administration, with faculty, and with the staff members, because it takes all of us working together to make those appropriate changes so that we can adhere to the policies that are coming around the corner, right? When we talk about the HVAC, for example, those are changes that are coming, but if we don't you jump on that train, we're gonna be left behind, right? And so I'm blessed and honored to be part of the policy committee because it gives me an opportunity to see firsthand what are the changes that are coming about. At first, I was a little bit hesitant. I'm gonna have to be honest, even though I've chaired this committee for quite some time already. But I was like, why do we have to make these changes? Why can't we just stand firm on what we've already done? But I understand now, and I'm willing to collaboratively work with state officials, state level, legislature, and let them know that we are adjusting and we are going to make things work, right? Thank you to administration for being the guiding light for the leadership from Dr. Ramirez. And at times it could be complicated, right? But I'm not going to sit here and tell you what Dr. De Sola told me, like the whole story, because I think we need to read all the changes that are taking place, and they're positive. If not, I wouldn't speak here and I wouldn't tell you, it should be in a consent agenda. And I hope you trust me enough as the chair that I trust administration and our leadership to be able to make the right changes for the policy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or concerns? Thank you, Mrs. Jackie Levin Ramos, for that information. Next item is 7B, Finance and Audit Committee Meeting Report. Mr. Jorge J.D. Delgado. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. We had a very productive Finance and Audit Committee meeting. The majority of the items will be present on the consent agenda today. As far as the financial report, as well as the purchase of several supplies and to revisit or the renewal and extensions of several technologies that are essential to the operations of the college were also discussed and hopefully will be approved through the consent agenda. There's also some comments that were made by some of the committee members in which we'd like to revisit as far as the way these renewals are done in a manner in which the board will be more informed as well as the decisions that are made moving forward. And that is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Delgado. The next item is number 8, consent agenda.
So move, madam.
Okay, so I have a motion by Mrs. Ramos. Chair recognizes Mr. Mayor. Before I go
Madam
forward.
President and board members, one of the items that came up, I'm sorry. Second. One of the items that came up during the Program and Policy Committee meeting was a board policy. It's DMB local. It has to do with one of the tenure policies, and I believe during the meeting, Dr. Tijerina had mentioned that this item would be deferred. So that is brought back at a time in the future, perhaps next month or the month after. So before the board approves items that are in consent agenda, which is all the items under 8, section 8, I recommend that the board first pull out item 8M and then just note that in a motion that if you
Not all.
yes, yeah, so you would approve 8M, but minus the DMB local. The rest of the policies in 8M would be.
It's not here.
It is, it's in the.
I think it's on page 3.
Oh,
At the bottom
okay.
of 2 of 4 and the top of
it's on
3 of 4.
3 up at the top.
The
So,
DMV local.
yes, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah, and that's the motion. You could do that as a motion to
Just to
defer DMB local from item 8M.
I so move on that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, so I have a motion by Mrs. Ramos. And then I have a second by Mrs. Vela. Any discussion?
No.
None heard, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So now we go back to the consent agenda. So I had a motion by Mrs. Ramos to approve 8A through 8M, except for that one, the one we deferred. And then I had a second by Ms. Liendo and I had a second by Mr. Martinez. Is that
Yes.
still correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Any discussion?
No.
None heard, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Perfect.
Thank you, everybody. Next item we have is number 9, discussion and possible action. And 9A is approval of resolution honoring Laredo College National Junior College Athletic Association Esports NCAA National Valorant
So moved.
Tournament Champions. Ms. Lupita Cepeda, I need to read the resolution before we go further. Is that correct, Mr. Mayor?
I suggest reading. the
Yes.
rest.
All of it? Yes.
Yes.
Fun part.
So resolution celebrating the national championship victory of the Laredo College Valorant team. Whereas the Laredo College Valorant team declared their determination and confidence with a rallying cry, "We undefeated," before each match of their season. Whereas the Palominos secured a triumphant and decisive 3-0 victory against Brookdale Community College, earning the title of National Junior College Athletic Association Esports NJCAAE National Valorant Tournament Champions. Whereas the team's success was the culmination of a hard-fought season marked by close calls, clutch victories, and the unwavering support of friends, family, and fans. Whereas the national champion Laredo College Valorant team members Jonathan Bogie Nieto, Eduardo, I don't want to, Soares, okay, Garza, Daniel Yuki, Alcorta, Emiliano Kurinki. Am I getting them right? Yes. Okay. Please correct me if I'm not. Godina, and Hector Walt Rico displayed exceptional skill, teamwork, and dedication throughout the season. Whereas team captain Jonathan Bogie Nieto led the team with confidence, strategic counterplays, and a composed presence, particularly in high-pressure moments. Whereas the team demonstrated resilience and adaptability, particularly during their performance on the map Lotus and throughout the best of 5 finals, showcasing their ability to excel under intense competition. Whereas the Laredo College Valorant team's journey, including the crucial semifinals, exhibited their capacity to overcome setbacks and rally for victory, embodying the spirit of determination and perseverance. Whereas the leadership and support of Laredo College Director of Recreation and Esports, Ivan Cano, have been instrumental in guiding the team to national success and recognizing the holistic value of esports. Whereas the establishment and growth of esports programs in local schools provide significant opportunities for students to pursue careers in esports, benefiting both the students and the community. Whereas the national championship victory of the Laredo College Valorant team serves as a source of pride and inspiration for Laredo College, the local community, and aspiring esports athletics. Therefore, be it resolved that Laredo College formally recognizes and celebrates the exceptional achievements of the national champion at Laredo College Valorant team, commends their dedication, teamwork, and skill, and acknowledges the positive impact of their success on the Laredo College esports program and the broader community. Be it further resolved that Laredo College commits to continuing its support for esports initiatives, fostering the growth of esports program in local schools, and encouraging students to pursue their interests and potential in the field of esports. This resolution shall be included in the permanent minutes of this board, adopted this 30-day of May 2024 by the Board of Trustees of Laredo College. Signed by Ms. Lupita Cepeda, Board President, Board of Trustees, and Ms. Jackie Levin Ramos, Board Secretary, Board of Trustees.
Madam Chair, I move the approval of resolution honoring Laredo College's National Junior College Athletic Association sports, as well that addresses the National Valorant Tournament as champions. That's my motion.
So I have a motion by Mr. Martinez. I have a second by Mrs. Ramos and Ms. Vela. Any discussion? None heard, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Right or not?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And we have a resolution for each of the members' names that I read.
That's very nice.
Very nice. If you all can come up.
Keep it on there.
Yes.
They have done it.
I know.
Oh, yes, they're over here. Thank you very much. With all the same. They're all. Come on, guys, we're gonna take a picture.
Thank you so much.
We're good, ready? All right, y'all. Big smile for me. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Right down the trophy should be good.
We'll do it. We'll do that in the case of something. We'll have a little party. In a party. What is this?
Can I see something?
Chair recognizes Mrs. Ramos.
Before you all leave, can I borrow you all for a second? Because I just want to share something with you all. I know that you're ready to go home, but that's okay, that's okay. Mr. Cano and our esteemed players, right? I asked Ms. Cepeda if I could just share something with you all. A couple of years ago, before the leadership of Dr. Ramirez, I brought this idea called esports, and Dr. Solis was with us. As what is esports? Are people sitting in a computer and not going outside? And I said, you have to think about this. I had gone to a conference and I had seen many people talk about it from other colleges. And at first we were a little bit like, But what I'm trying to put together for you all is you all have set the standard. You all have, there's other people that are going to follow you because you set the standard and you raise the bar. So in our infinite wisdom, we brought it to the table and we got it voted in, right? Some of us did not know what it was, but we trusted the inspiration of others that had come before us, right? And I'm very happy to see everyone doing so well. I love your nicknames, right? But one thing I ask you is to go out there and tell them what a wonderful program you all participated in, recruit others,
because they're going to reach that accolade that you reached for us, right? And so you're like the leaders of this particular esports program. And others are gonna wanna do the same, and the program's gonna grow, right? And so personally, I am very humbled and I'm very proud of our students, last year's students, and then this year's students, but more so these students because you have raised the bar for us. And we will continue to bring these kinds of programs to the community and to share with everybody how innovative and diverse programs are available out there. Thank you for the leadership that you provided to the students, and keep on working hard. And thank you for setting that goal for us and setting that bar up high. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Okay, the next item is number 10, information items. 10A is foreign trade zone designation request. Dr. Minita Ramirez.
Madam Chair, just an information item, as required by this board. We received a letter of request for a free trade zone designation for Unimex Trade and Logistics LLC. We did respond to their request, and the letter was sent out on hold on. Here we go. On May 13th, it went out to the Executive Secretary of Foreign Trade Zones Board of the U.S. Department of Commerce, and so that's already been granted. Just information.
Excellent.
Any questions?
No.
Thank you, Dr. Ramirez. Next item is 10B, Student Success Report. Dr. Fred Solis, Ms. Jessica Trevino.
Good evening, board members, Madam President, colleagues. My name is Jessica Trevino, Associate Vice President of Enrollment Management for the record. Dr. Fred can't be with us this evening, but I will be presenting on his behalf. There we go. Perfect. So first and foremost, we wanted to remind everybody of a couple of dates and deadlines coming up. We are currently registering our students for summer session 1, summer session 2, and fall 2024. We are 1 week away from starting summer session 1, which begins Wednesday, June 5th. Summer session 2 begins Wednesday, July 10th. And I want to mention these 2 dates specifically because this is actually something we did recently, where we changed the start date of the summer sessions from a Monday to a Wednesday. So I just want to remind everybody that the summer session 1, summer session 2, and actually Maymester as well, started on a Wednesday. This with the intention to ensure that all of our students were notified properly about their financial aid status from the previous immediate semester. Fall 2024 remains starting on a Monday, and that is Monday, August 19th. On bottom of your slide, you do have how many days of registration we have left. In enrollment, we count the days of registration and we divide how many students we are away from reaching our goal to know exactly how many students per registration day we need in order to meet and surpass our goals. Enrollment comparisons, you see them right here, Maymester, summer 1 and summer 2. Based on our notes, Maymester, we are actually ahead of where we were last year. We grew a 2% increase in enrollment. For summer session 1, we are at a 1.6% increase, and summer 2, we are behind, but we still have a good number of days to continue registration for summer session 2. We are currently behind 337 students for summer 2, and we continue to work diligently to make sure we make those up and we enroll the number of students. For the fall enrollment, please be reminded that half of our enrollment is sustained by our dual enrollment students. And as of right now, we have not yet enrolled any dual enrollment student, and this has a purpose. We want to ensure that we enroll our dual enrollment students as close as first class day as possible. And this is simply to avoid
having many schedule changes the week before class for the students. So we've already had conversations with our district partners and in collaboration with our district partners. On the first week of their school year, we will be going to the high schools to register the dual enrollment students. So you'll be seeing this gap in enrollment for the next couple of months until we're able to register our dual enrollment students. For the fall 2024, I am happy to announce that we have 2,553 students enrolled thus far. And again, no duals, so that's where we are getting to. But I do want to mention a date-to-date comparison. May 30th of this year versus May 30th of last year, we are ahead by 153 students or 12.7% enrollment of regular students only. So we're keeping track of our regular students. Enrollment comparisons for the non-credit or continuing education students. As you can see, Q3 was very fruitful. Again, there was an increase in enrollment for continuing ed students for Q3, which was March, April, and May. They acquired 60 additional students. For Q4, we're actually just about to start officially on Saturday, which is June 1st, and we'll run June, July, and August. So that enrollment is yet to be reflected in our numbers. Financial aid updates. As promised, I wanted to come back and give you some great news regarding financial aid versus everything that we've heard in the past. I'm actually very happy to present to you that as of today, we have received a little over 5,500 financial aid applications. So I want to make sure that I make an emphasis on this. Yes, there's still a 5,600 difference. However, if we compare our enrollment of regular students, which are the students that actually apply and qualify for financial aid, we're almost at par with the 5,000 student enrollment that we have of regular students. So it's steady, it's going, and it's growing. So that's the good thing. The second number to note here is that last year, we had over 2,000 students who were selected for verification. Right now, we're almost halfway through and we only have 17 students who have been selected for verification, meaning there was a mismatch in their name or there was a little red flag that we need to verify. But the Department of Education, the Federal Student Aid Office did come through in reducing the requirements for verification for our students and reducing those barriers that the students had to receive financial aid. Out of which I'm very happy to announce that we have officially packaged 3,270 students for the fall 2024. What does this mean? This means that we have officially awarded either Pell Grant, SEOG, OCT PEG, TOG, or scholarships to 3,270 students, out of which 1,152 have already accepted their offer and are enrolled with us for the fall.
Great.
Any questions with financial aid?
No, very good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Some positive news.
Yes.
Chair recognizes Dr. Ramirez.
Just to back this up a little bit, I know Dr. Fred is not here tonight, but I know he would tell you all that this packaging of students this far in advance for next fall is an anomaly because it was never done. Financial aid was offered when students got here in the fall. And so we're backing this up to try to get commitments from students now versus waiting to see if they show up on the first day of school. So what does that mean? We'll package them, we send them their information of what they're eligible for. And so they know ahead of time, I qualified for financial aid, I can go register. We don't disperse those funds until after the semester starts and they put in a certain amount of time within the semester. And so just because it's awarded doesn't mean that we're going to release the money before school starts. We can't. We won't do that. And that's only to guarantee that we won't have to do a return of Title IV, which is the Pell Grant or the SEOG money, if they don't come to school, if they don't show up, if they don't meet the qualifications to get the money released. And so all of that is being converted to electronic processes. And so that's been part of this banner upgrade. So, and moving the team into that direction. So kudos to that financial aid team who's really been working overtime and working with the department and putting pressure, and Jessica for putting pressure on the financial aid team. So anyway, just thought I'd mention that.
Thank you. The other great news that we want to offer also alongside the whole financial aid situation that we were living before is we have met with the bursar's office, and the bursar's office has taken upon themselves to commit to assisting the students in creating a second payment plan option for our students. Currently, our payment plan required students to agree to the payment plan with a 50% down payment of whatever tuition was. That's option number 2 now that you see here, which meant the student would have had to put down $825. That's a standard student enrolled for 12 semester credit hours with no additional fees from the get-go to just secure a payment plan. Now we're able to secure a 4-payment plan, installment plan with a 25% down payment so that the student can secure their courses and actually get started and making sure that their payments are on a timely manner. So this does not affect our collection ability, because as you can see on the left-hand side, which now became installment plan option number 1, which will be available from May 31st to July 9th. And this is with the intention of enticing a student to sign up for a payment plan early. If you sign up for the payment plan early, you're able to get into the 4 payments installment plan. With that being said, the students will have completed the 50% payments, which is what we originally have, before first class day anyway, which would be August 9th. So in terms of collection power, we're not losing any power because the 50% threshold is still being met before classes start. But we're divvying it up and at a more affordable payment opportunity for our students.
Congratulations. That's excellent. Good news.
Thank you. Definitely a lot of thought went into this because we wanted to make sure that we didn't lose our collecting power, but that we also made it a little bit more affordable to students. It entices students to register early on to enroll in a payment plan option. This email will go out to all of leadership tomorrow announcing our new payment plan option, and it will be available online for students to acquire. The second great thing with payment plan and installment options that we have is that we will be offering installment plans for the second 8 weeks. This is actually something new that we're trying to do. The only caveat here that we are facing right now is that a student cannot have an outstanding payment plan from the first 8 weeks to enroll into the second 8 weeks because the system won't support it just yet. So a student must not have an existing installment plan in the first 8 weeks to enroll into a second 8-week one. But again, we will have the 4-payment and the 2-payment option, 3-payment option for the student available for them. And again, the dates are here for you. So again, this was a lot of thought by the bursars and Ms. Laura Macano and Ms. San Juanita Garza, who came up with these dates to try to help students in alleviate the situation with financial aid.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Last but not least, I do want to share with you a couple of dates coming up, important dates. We are hosting 3 Saturday events throughout the summer to continue promoting registration for those individuals that are unable to come to campus during our regular business hours. June 29th, we're going to be at the Fort McIntosh campus. July 27 at the South Campus, and August 17, which is the Saturday before first class day, we're going to be at both campuses. All of the services for enrollment and advising will be available to the students so that they're able to register. We're trying to keep the events from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and they will be hosted either at the Lerma Peña building or at the Billy Hall second floor. New student orientation also coming up starting next week. We will have our new student orientation. Half of them will be hosted here at the Fort McIntosh campus, and half of them will be hosted at our South campus to ensure we meet both areas. Pretty much they're occurring every Thursday, except for the 4th of July Thursday, and new students will be joining us. It is good to note that only students who are enrolled for classes will be allowed to attend orientation to ensure that they've got their class schedule ready to go. And last but not least, we do have an update regarding commencement, and I know we will be presenting to you in commencement in a minute, but we do have our diplomas ready for pickup. So we will be announcing the official diploma pickup date to be Monday, June 3rd. Any
Good.
questions?
No,
Any
there it
questions?
is.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is 10C, presentation of 2024-2025 student handbooks for Division of Academic Affairs. Dr. Marisela Rodriguez Tijerina.
Marisela Rodriguez Tijerina, Provost Vice President of Academic Affairs. Before you, board members, we have 32 student handbooks. 3 are new due to the fact of whether it was a new program, for example, like the engineering technology program that we launched, fire science program that we soon will launch, and then the redesign of the Global Import and Export and Logistics Center. So there's a new handbook for that particular program. There's a summary of a lot of changes. I don't want to go over all the details, but just to inform that we do have handbooks for primarily the workforce and the health sciences program and the honors program, and of course our baccalaureate degrees. I don't know if anybody has any questions.
No.
Chair recognizes Mrs. Ramos.
So I want to ask a question.
Sure.
Is there any way we can put 2 binders or 2 student handbooks? Don't we have a policy for the whole college?
So we do have a student handbook in our website. That's for the general student body. These are specific programmatic, and the reason these programs, particularly like, let's say the health sciences, they have special requirements, special admission processes that are not applicable to the general. It's specific to the programs, background checks and things that they have to adhere to during the time that they enter these particular programs.
So they wouldn't be able to, we couldn't put them together where we could put the tabs that go for each department or for each program? I don't know.
It would be nice to have like one same, right? But because they're all very unique in their requirements and their expectations and the contact hours, they're all very special in the requirements and the expectations. But they are all included in our website. So once the board, we notify you all, then the next step is to put them in our website.
In the website, okay.
And they'll be found on the degrees A through Z. When you go into the specific programs, the handbooks will be there under the information tab.
Just wondering.
And we can probably, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
We can probably link it to the regular student handbook and do the same thing on the website so that when they go into the student handbook, then they can also find the link to their individual handbook based on their different criteria. Ideally, you're right. It should be one handbook, one student handbook with the general information and then a tab for each of the departments.
Okay.
And if I may add, they do make reference to the student handbook.
Okay.
In these handbooks, like I said, they're just specific to the program. But we do make reference to the student handbook in our syllabus too. The student handbook is mentioned there.
Just wondering, because I'm like, there's each one, but then we have a student handbook, so.
Right.
Which everybody, regardless of what program you're in, you have to follow.
You have to follow. Okay, thank you.
And these handbooks, I will add, they're expected out of, as Dr. Ramirez mentioned earlier, each of our program, well, not all, but most have added accreditors. And those accreditation agencies require us to have a special handbook according to the program.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
No. Very
Thank
good.
you,
Thank you.
Dr. Rodriguez Tijerina. Next item is 10D, Laredo College graduation highlights, graduation committee.
Good evening, board members. Jessica Trevino, Associate Vice President of Enrollment Management and part of the graduation committee, for the record.
Good evening, Raquel Peña, Director, Student Discipline and Title IX Coordinator, and I'm also part of the graduation committee.
Good evening, Sal Sierrafa, Associate Director of Career Services and also part of the graduation committee.
So this evening, we have a short video that our friends at the marketing department put together for you, just highlighting a little bit of what happened this past in this past spring commencement ceremony. So we're going to go ahead and play that.
So, you ring the bell.
Nice. Very nice.
So I know oftentimes we don't get to see what happens outside the arena once the ceremony is over, but as you can see, there's a lot of love and a lot of celebration happening for students. I am happy to report to you the final numbers for our graduates. We had a total of
Please. How many?
We had a total of 1,356 students who graduated. Some of them earned 2 certificates or 2 degrees, putting our number of awards at 1,598 awards issued this spring 2024 ceremony.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice.
That's wonderful.
I want to go ahead and share with everybody the visits for both morning and afternoon ceremonies. For the morning, we had 3,237 people visiting, or I'm sorry, for
Attendees.
and in the afternoon, we had 2,874 families attending. And that does not, well, total was 6,111 for the day. And that does not include the staff of the arena and the staff of the college and the graduates. So roughly about 9,000, a little over 9,000 people were in the arena for between both sessions. We also want to thank everybody for the commitment, for the support that they have given to Laredo College, and also to Chief Hernandez for last minute color guard. Thank you very much. We did have a last minute cancellation. So Chief, with his connections, he was able to come through right at the last minute and provide us the color guard at that last moment. So thank you very much, Chief. and everybody else here on campus and administration.
And so as Ms. Trevino mentioned, the graduates will be receiving an email by tomorrow's the end of the week, and they will be receiving that email with the information to come and pick up their diplomas on Monday, and they'll have information also if they need more information regarding the workforce development. If they want to, start pursuing those jobs, they can come on over and the workforce development will help them. The pictures are also already available, so students can go into our website, and the code is there for them to go in, and they'll see a gallery of pictures, and they'll pick their own and can start ordering their pictures for both ceremonies.
Again, we just want to thank everyone for their support and their commitment. I know commencement is the most, it's culminates our semester, and it is a very big celebration for the college. And we know that at times, time is of essence, and we're trying our very best to ensure that everybody has a wonderful experience, but overall celebrates the very well-deserved achievement that they've obtained. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I thought what looked very nice was the students from the early college. You could tell what schools were out there because they were all wearing their different colors from their high schools. So that looked very nice, the sea of different colors together with our graduates from Laredo College. Thank you for everything that you all did. It was really, really awesome.
Thank you very much. And I also want to thank the internal departments that also play a role, especially in Mr. Vela's area with providing the final minutes and last moment approvals and left and right to get things going for commencement, especially with production. So thank you very much, Mr. Vela, and everybody on your side.
Thank you.
Any comments? No. Thank you. Next item we have is 10E, Health Science Summer Camp. Ms. Gracie Gonzalez.
Hi, Gracie Gonzalez, Assistant Instructor for Medical Assistant and Program Director for the record. I just want to share a couple of this exciting news that we're hosting a summer camp at the South Campus. We collaborated with the Bachelor of Organizational Leadership Program, and the students that you see here, Cassandra Garcia, Marco Garcia, and Virginia Morales, have done a wonderful job planning and coordinating this camp to ensure its success. The idea for the camp had been floating around in the past few years, so over discussions on how we could market our programs to the younger population. We decided it was the right time to partner with a team of students and move forward with piloting this camp this summer. The goal was to inspire, like I mentioned, middle school aged children, incoming 6th to 8th graders, about the ages 11 to 14, to explore allied health and nursing careers through hands-on experiences. They're going to be introduced to simulations, as well as hands-on activities, arts and crafts, all related to the health sciences. The Bachelor of Organizational Leadership team were tasked to, they were in charge and they had freedom to plan and coordinate recreational activities, and they went above and beyond. We do have external agencies coming in daily with activities that are going to be teaching students about nutrition. They're even going to have a session for Tai Chi, which I think was interesting. I think the kids will like that. They're also going to have gardening as well. And let's see what else. Escape rooms, minefields, board games. They're going to have a bicycle that's going to create smoothies. So that's interesting for the kids to have related. So it's pretty neat. So some of these agencies include the Texas A&M AgriLife, Laredo Specialty Hospital, and AHEC. And they're coming out on campus. One of the other tasks that they had was to find funding or for meals for the students because over the campers, because we wanted them to have a free meal and it was gonna be a long day. And so they did reach out to the different nutrition programs, and so we're happy to announce that they're gonna have free meals courtesy of the UISD nutrition program. So they're gonna have free breakfast and free lunch. Marketing items, thanks to the Student of Office of Recruitment and Health Sciences, they were able to help us out with giving the students sunglasses, visors, not the shirts, sun visors, caps, but water bottles and lanyards. And then the TikTok grant was able to help pay for camp shirts this year. So they're going to receive all that for a $25 registration fee, so which is very, very low for their students. We did limit the camp to 60 participants due to the lunch schedules and logistics, and to maintain the recreational activities mainly indoors, because as we've already experienced this heat, we wanted to keep them indoors. The deadline to pay and to register is tomorrow, and there are about 5 spots available last time I checked. So if anybody's interested, the information is there. Just have to click on or scan the QR code, and you have a participation packet. Any questions?
Any questions?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gracie.
The next item we have is 10F, implementation of new salary thresholds for exempt employees under the Federal Labor Standards Act, FSLA. Ms. Veronica Cardenas?
She online? Not yet. She logging in? We're gonna wait a few seconds unless you want to table this or defer it and we can bring it back to you. We would just, if I may, just give you a little background. So the Fair Labor Standard Act has been updated. And so we needed to share with you some of the changes that the federal government is making to fair labor standards. And so Ms. Cardenas was going to give you all an update to where we are with that program. I would suggest, if you all don't mind, we can defer it, and if she logs in a little bit later, maybe we can bring it back.
I make a motion that we defer this one item, Madam Chair.
Second.
So I have a motion by Mr. Martinez to defer 10F, and I have a second by Ms. Ramos. And Ms. Vela, any discussion? None heard, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like to.
Next item, number 11, is executive session.
So move, Madam Chair.
So I have Mr. Martinez has made a motion to go into executive session.
Yeah.
Second by Mrs. Ramos.
You have to read the items.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
So before I take the vote, I'm going to go ahead and read the items. We have 11A, Laredo College faculty members request for appearance before the Board of Trustees in response to the board's non-renewal of the employee's employment contract as per Laredo College Board Policy, DMAB Local, term contracts, non-renewal, closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.071 and 551.074. 11B is closed session discussion pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.071 and 551.074 to discuss recommendation for the non-renewal of employment contract of a Laredo College faculty member under Board Policy, DMAB Local, term contracts, non-renewal, and related legal issues. 11C is pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.071. The board will consult with its legal counsel regarding pending litigation in the matter style civil action number 5.21-CV-001 6-0 Cynthia Aradias versus Laredo College in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Texas, Laredo Division. 11D, review the board's self-evaluation instrument as per Laredo College Board Policy, BCG Local, Board Internal Organization, Board Evaluation. 11E is initiation of the annual evaluation of the college president pursuant to Laredo College Board Policy, BFE Local, Chief Executive Officer Evaluation, including establishing goals and procedures, discussing evaluation criteria and instrument, and setting a timeline to conduct the evaluation, closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074. So I have a motion and I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So motion carries to go into executive session. The time is now 7:29 and we will go into executive session. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
No.
Oh. Is it when you turn?
Maybe.
Richard, report. Please.
I'm gonna ask a question. Right now, they're going to do somebody else.
Yeah. No, it's been going on for a while. Change the wording again. So I have the program is and what I was required to do is that's presenting into that.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do it later.
Follow the same thing, but I don't know. The challenge. And refer that Well, yeah, but it's. Chances are, we're gonna meet. So we cannot guarantee anything that has to do with. Protected. Yeah, it's okay. So you're probably. No. No. Remember how we had the results we did there? And do the work we had, so we're trying to figure out how we're. If we still have it, yes. You know what? Yes. They'll have to. We're gonna have to do something. I know the more. I have all the, I give it to you. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna sort something out. Okay, so. The reason why I was. Then of course. Because. We can have a read by the challenge. When they see what name they want to. Yes, absolutely. When you allow them if they want, then we'll make changes. Okay. Well, no, that's gonna be fixed. I have a better way to do that. You know, before that, I have an I have an Apple manager that allows me to create Apple for the public. Oh, they're gonna work. That can be fixed, yeah.
So yes, we can.
Everything more to go.
So we can say, don't worry about how she wrote it down. Yeah, because I mean, I don't think we need to test it. But the rest of the fight, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, not related.
We do, we
can see what's there.
We don't create a school like that, so it's.
That is the same money.
Is it a data? Sure.
Yes. In the information. Because that's the side. You know, the way that.
Does it comment?
She's only.
It's just gonna, it's just gonna look weird. Somebody can. Okay. Yeah, this is the box. We could present it, but it did not fit. What grade? Oh, it can be done that from the truck itself, the one that has the baby gate or whatever. Yeah. But it will have to go. No. That's fine. You and I had agreed that we're not gonna do that, but we don't have. We don't have. Yeah, that's fine. No. Okay. I don't like it. We get more use. But yeah. The problem is, you could probably leave it there for summer because there's gonna be that full. But that. Maybe we haven't had. It's not wishing right now. It could be beautiful. I don't, but I mean, it's kind of like, okay, before the answers. Because I don't know, it's, because I remember before. Because remember, I had to ask the refresh for the lessons, and that I don't put down all the time.
Yeah, she was quite.
So then, whatever you can, I just hold everything down and one, but that would be great. I did the thing. But it can actually, it's not permanent.
Yeah, that's.
She didn't hear it.
Well, they have people bring them in, I know, there's no area. So I'm gonna put it in, and it's weird, it's actually your. Already.
Okay.
Thank you.
I know, it's cold. I said, you? You know that during the day we open that door just to see the rest. Yes, yes, that was part of, no, that was that information. So we will some of the changes to this, making policy. Okay, the Title IX, the Senate Bill 18 is. Why would
That's you. My knees are hurting. My hubby, he's back. Yes. He hadn't been here in a while. It's because we're empty nesters now.
Are you all ready? You're empty nesters. Welcome to the club.
I know.
We're reconvening from closed session. The time is now 9:04 PM and the board took no action in executive session. Will take appropriate action on items if necessary as discussed in closed session. So the first item is 12, discussion and possible action. 12A, Laredo College faculty members request for appearance before the Board of Trustees in response to the board non-renewal of the employee's employment contract as per Laredo College Board Policy, DMAB local term contracts, non-renewal. No action was taken. 12B, non-renewal of employment contract of a Laredo College faculty member. That was all?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So do I have a motion?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I have a motion.
Okay, Chair recognizes Mrs. Ramos.
Madam Chair and fellow board members, I have a motion. I move to non-renew the I move to non-renew the employment contract between Dr. Rex Cricks and Laredo College.
So I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by Ms. Liendo. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is 12C. The board will consider and take possible action regarding pending litigation in the matter style civil action number 5.21-CV-00160 Cynthia Aradias versus Laredo College in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Texas, Laredo Division. Chair recognizes Mr. Muir.
Madam Chair, board members, no action is needed on this item.
Okay. No action. 12D, review and approve the board self-evaluation instrument as per Laredo College Board Policy, BCG Local, Board Internal Organization, Board Evaluation.
Madam Chair.
Chair recognizes Mrs. Ramos.
Madam Chair and fellow board members, I have a motion to approve the board self-evaluation instrument as per Laredo College Policy, BCG Local Board Internal Organization Board Evaluation as discussed in executive session.
So I have a motion by Mrs. Ramos. I have a second by Mrs. Vela. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is 12E, approval of the annual evaluation of the college president, including goals and procedures, evaluation criteria, an instrument and timeline to conduct the evaluation. Chair recognizes Mrs. Ramos.
Madam Chair and fellow board members, I bring to you a motion to approve the annual evaluation of the college president, including the goals and procedures, evaluation criteria and instrument, and timeline to conduct the evaluation as discussed in executive session.
So I have a motion by Mrs. Ramos, a second by Ms. Liendo. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is number 13, President's Remarks. We have 13A, Campus Police Personnel and Travel Reports. And 13B, President's Remarks. Dr. Minita Ramirez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a couple of items. I know it's late and I'll be quick. In your packets, you all got our police summary for the month. Also, you heard that some wonderful things that are happening on our campus. These are just examples. We try to bring you monthly examples of the things that are happening on our campus. At our next meeting, you'll get a few others that are happening, that are positive, that are supporting all of the efforts of our faculty and staff in every single direction. I think that we had a wonderful meeting with both school districts about how we're going to move forward with our dual credit students and the way we're going to, you saw in the report that there's a difference in how when we're actually registering those students. It was a conscious effort on our part, both to support on the academic side to make sure we have enough faculty and that we also aren't changing students at the last minute. And so ideally, we want to make sure that when students start, because the ISD start before we do, we have time to register all the students and put them in the appropriate classes. And so I think that was a very good discussion between the Laredo College provost and deans and our enrollment folks and the ISDs. And so thank you to them. Recently, I had the opportunity to be in Zapata. I was asked to keynote or to speak to the student of the year, the Border Patrol Student of the Year in Zapata. And so they honored all of the kids that were selected each month. And then the one overall was from the group was selected. And I gave a little address to the students. Some incredible kids and they're doing some incredible things. That evening, we also hosted an event for the students that have already been accepted to Laredo College and their parents. We had it at one of the local eateries there. We had a wonderful turnout. And the parents were extremely excited and grateful, and so were the students for the efforts of the team. And so that was also a great event. We have a couple of other initiatives that we're working on, and we'll be bringing those to you soon. The team that's working on some of our new programs and that we're hoping to bring to you for approval will probably come sometime over the summer. We're working on developing curriculum and finishing our OERs for all of our courses for this fall. I will be on vacation next week. So just FYI, I leave on Tuesday and I'll be back on campus on the 13th. So I appreciate the time off and thank you to the team who's super excited that I'm going to be gone. No. So, but yeah. So anyway, it's been a wonderful year. I think our success, you've seen our success all year long. I think the team has really come together. Everybody's really working carefully to try to make sure that our banner rollover continues its process. We've got a lot of work to do still before September, and we're going to take advantage of the summer to do that. And Dr. Tijerina hosted her summer academies last week, and they start up again Tuesday. Sorry, next week. And they're all really well attended. And so the chairs and the deans and her staff are working to continue their development, their professional development. And so, as you all know, Mr. Vela and his team are diligently working on budget, getting things ready from everybody else, and we're all trying to help him through this process. So We've got a lot on the burner. I know that Dr. Arezola and his team are headed out next week for training as well. And, you know, we're trying to keep up with all of the changes. And next month, we'll probably get another TASB policy update, and we'll bring those to you again. A lot of changes were made in the last legislature. And as we move forward in preparation for the next legislative session this fall, actually, they've already started. Committee meetings have already started for interim charges. And I sent you copies of those interim charges, but we're being asked to provide data, and Dr. Arezola and his team are keeping up with some of those requests. But as we move through this process over the summer, we're gonna probably be asked to be present for some of these committee meetings and asked to give opinions and support for certain ideas. So I'll keep you all informed as those things come up, and we'll see what the next legislative session holds. And I know it sounds like it's really early for that, but it's really not.
No,
So
it's almost here.
thank you again for all your support and for the opportunity to serve here and to be part of this incredible institution. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ramirez. Any questions? So the next item is number 14, next meeting date. We have Saturday, June 22nd, 2024 at 8:30 in the morning. And that's our board retreat and a board retreat.
Where
Then-
will that be held, if I may, ask?
It's gonna be here at the chapel.
At the chapel?
Okay.
Thank you.
The next date is Thursday, June 27th at 6 p.m. is our regular board trustees meeting. That's the only two dates we have.
No, the 20th. June.
I have something, oh, that's the board,
The 20th.
the budget workshop is June 20th.
Yes, I'm sorry.
So that's another date
Mhm.
to put down. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Have a motion by Mrs. Ramos and Mr. Martinez. Any discussion? None heard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you all. I did.
Thank you.
I'll do it later and submit it. I said I'll do it later and submit it.
Good night.